Holy moly. Holy cow. Oh my god. We're back.
We're back.
Maybe.
It's time for a retrial.
No retrials. Yeah. Only more new trials. Only new trials. Oh god, I have a cough drop now. You guys, I was coughing so I'm about to start coughing again. I've been coughing so hard today. Holy cow. Hashtag not sponsored, but these Ricola cough drops kinda work. I just missed my mouth. Holy cow. I was like trying to put it in my mouth and just like smacked myself in the lips instead. I am an impressive specimen of humanity.
I think that's a good sign for like lip health that it does that.
I guess
like
because they're in the way. Like that it bounces. I gotcha.
I guess they're soft. They're not like chapped or something.
Yeah, there we go. It's like a trampoline.
You heard it here first. We have just proven in a court of law, Ascella has nice soft lips.
Don't make it weird, dude. Don't make it weird. I'm kidding. Okay, but really, let's ask the hard question here. Are you ready for the hard question here?
I'm ready for the hard question.
Who in the Great Ace Attorney does not have chapped lips? I'm asking the tough questions. I'm asking the hard questions. Also, am I gonna go to load game or am I gonna go to like...
I think you're gonna go to select adventure. Like this is just a completely different timeline.
Yeah, it's a different game. We're doing resolve now, guys.
You have the resolve to resolve this.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be back. You have no idea. I am so excited. Like, it's gonna be different music and it's gonna be hard to get used to. I cannot get my... There we go.
Okay, after deep contemplation, I've made my decision on who doesn't have chapped lips.
Okay.
In the Ace Attorney series.
Give me at least one.
I'm gonna say Callisto U from Ace Attorney Investigations 1.
Okay. That means nothing to me.
End of sentence.
So that's it? That's all you got? Okay. That's fair. Do you think, like... Never mind. I'm not gonna go there. Anyway, new game!
Yeah!
We are starting the Great Ace Attorney 2! Also known as Resolve. The first one is Adventures, but...
Yeah. The adventure's over. It's time to...
I know, we did everything! Like...
We did!
We did it all, man. Like we did all the...
We did the escapades.
We did the escapades, yeah. So, what happens if I hit continue, I wonder? Okay.
I don't know.
Like, if it... Does it automatically send you to the second game? Like...
I don't know. Oh, well, for one, we've saved off the escapades.
No, it's autosave.
Yeah, but that's autosave of the escapades.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, the manual save we have is still in the Old Bailey.
Oh. Well.
But I think they're like two completely different save systems. Like your saves for one does not promote saves for the other, I don't think.
All right. Any famous last words before we begin?
It's time.
Go ahead.
You can specify further.
I was just gonna say, like, without spoilers, what are you most looking forward to, considering you already know the game?
I am very much looking forward to the most me character in this game to show up.
Ah, okay. I don't know what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to not losing court cases. That's what
If you don't know who I am, and therefore cannot make a reasonable assumption on who I am referring to, I am simply going to say Droidica and suggest we move on.
Okay. Well,
yeah, it's
that's
time
exception for you.
Yeah.
Streaming now. Wait, hold on. Let me give a shout out to the Int channel. Oh my
I've been
God,
awkwardly attempting to make a sort of cough up the truth joke for the past 10 minutes. Unfortunately, a good opportunity has not shown up.
Everyone go follow the Int account where we both stream. All right.
We do. Ascella is streaming a brand new series of a brand new game.
Yeah, I'm streaming an RPG. I may stream tomorrow though, guys. It might not be. It might be an Otome game. I might stream an Otome game tomorrow if I'm not coughing really hard. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Whoo! New game. Ooh, it just jumps right in, doesn't it?
It do that.
He's guilty. Court can go to lunch. Yeah. Dude, you know what I got today, guys? I got a jury duty summons. So really, it's definitely Ace Attorney Day. Oh, no.
Ooh.
Standing here in the bright sunshine, looking out over the vast ocean. Those days in London seem like a dream. But I do miss my time in England's vast capital.
Wait, is this Cosima's grave or her dad's grave?
I don't know.
You know, he's flourished into a truly wonderful lawyer. I've no doubt that at this very moment, he's fighting some noble cause in court.
Man.
Great. Can't read the
Forgive me
tombstone.
for taking so long to come to visit you. My life has been such a whirlwind since I returned. And no one could have predicted what has happened.
What has
A
happened?
few months after arriving home.
Excuse me? Another awful crime? Oh my god. Oh, no!
She's
no!
back.
Get out! Bitch!
So I came here today to ask something of you. Tomorrow, I shall be standing in court. For the only time in my life. As a lawyer.
Oh, she's up to the lawyer! Let's fucking go. Oh, is she dead? Is she? Oh, she's dead! Good
So
for her.
I ask for your guidance.
Sorry. Good for her. She's dead.
Kazuma-sama.
Okay, so
Ah,
it's Cosmo's
Cosmo's
grave.
grave. Oh, the pain.
Confirmed.
The pain. Oh.
I need them to return the body to Japan.
Yeah, they probably had to.
Yeah, so anyway, Susato's the protagonist now.
Okay. Wow. Cool. Sounds good. 13th August, 8:26 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature. Defendants, Antechamber 3.
Wait, hold on, I gotta do math here.
Uh-oh.
That means it was June when Susato got back.
Okay.
And I believe the court case, the finale of game 1, was in April.
Oh, so it's been a while.
Yeah.
It takes a while to get back via ship.
Yeah, I guess that's like, it makes sense. Like 50-ish days, I think, was about the estimate. So like 2 months in transit, then 2 months here.
Yeah.
It's been 4 months.
Oh my god. It's been 9 months for Susato.
Ooh.
No. Here I am again after 9 months. The
The soup!
This is the Supreme Court of Judicature of Japan.
Oh yes, this was only in Britain for like 2 months.
I feel so nervous, but I must steel my nerves and find a way to compose myself.
You're alive!
He's alive!
I guess you're not sick anymore. It was 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Or even, actually.
Good for him for not being dead. Can't relate.
Good. You're here. It doesn't do for a lawyer to be late.
Oh, yes. Good morning, sir.
I hardly recognize you. You cut a fine figure, Counsel. But you look as white as a sheet. And those wide eyes aren't doing you any favors either.
Oh dear. The truth is, I'm so incredibly nervous. I feel utterly nauseated. I almost wish that I'd never been born. Aw, Susato!
Goodness, not the sort of thing a father hopes to hear from his daughter, I must say.
Eugene Mikotoba, professor of medicine at the Imperial Yume University. A man who, earlier in his life, traveled to Great Britain to study the latest advances in forensic medical science. Is he gonna be my helper? And of course, my brilliant father.
This is you.
Uh-huh.
Something sort of shy, but like overly enthusiastic.
What? Okay. I'll try. I'll try. Excuse me. Oh, she's cute! Would I be correct in thinking that you're to be my lawyer in court today? Oh, yes. Yes, that's right, miss.
We're not the defense.
Well, I want to thank you for agreeing to represent me. I swear on my life. It's a complete fabrication. This whole thing. Her name is Remember Me, excuse me?
Yeah.
I hate this. Rei Mimbami, born the same year as I, and my greatest friend. Not this again! Oh, she's gonna die. I'm calling it now. Though unusual for a woman in our time, she works at the University Research Laboratory, helping my father. And sadly, she's the defendant in today's trial, accused of committing a truly awful murder. Are you feeling all right?
Yeah, ready for this.
Since we started talking, you seem, well, to have become a little flushed. Oh my! It's just that... Wow! Wow, the lesbians are here. Good job.
We found them.
We found the lesbian. Good
We
for
found
us.
them.
Good for us. Honestly, this game needed some lesbians. Everybody in this game is in love with their bestie, and I'm down. I'm so down with that. I love that for them. Good for them. Now, if your bestie could quit being accused of murder, that would be even better.
Which one are you in the relationship? The accused or the defense attorney?
Right? Oh my god, there's two kinds of people in every relationship.
It's like just have these like combination packages where you defend someone in court and then immediately get married.
Exactly. Perfect. Ideal, really. You look so gallant and dashing. Sorry? And when I fall under... Oh my god. And when I fall under your intense gaze, it... well, it makes me feel rather bashful.
Hey, it's a regular from my streams who has shown up just in time to meet the lesbians.
Hello, MX Pate. Welcome to Lesbians. Goodness. I don't think she knows. I think we know, Susato. I think we know. She hasn't realized who I am. Oh, honey. See, he approves of the lesbians. Love
I would say my little plan for this trial is gonna work.
Your little plan to get your daughter married off to a girl. Oh! What do you mean, Professor Mikotoba?
If even your best friend can't see through the disguise, I think we can relax.
Is she pretending to be Ryunosuke?
You may recall that female are barred from the courtroom.
That's true. Welp. Welp. Disguise? Yes. I've never tried dressing this way before, of course, so I wasn't sure how convincing it would be. But this does make me feel a little relieved, as you say, Father. Father? Oh, there she goes. Oh, she going. She going. What? Is that you, Susato? Yes, it is. I'm so sorry I didn't say something sooner, Ray. Oh. No! What are you doing? What's going on? What? That varsity uniform! That varsity cape! Cap? That varsity cape! Oh, the cape and cap! That varsity badge! Look at you! You look for all the world just like a student of the Imperial Yume University! A male student! Lesbians. I'm so glad you think so. It means all my preparations have been worthwhile. I awoke at 4 this morning to make a start.
Ooh.
Are we butch?
No, she is.
But I don't
I would say Ray is the butch in this situation.
Ray is butch. Oh no.
In terms of personality, yes. In terms of physical appearance right now, we're in disguise.
We're in disguise.
That's the bait and switch. That they're never gonna expect it.
They'll never see it coming. But I don't understand. Why are you dressed like that? Well, you see. Sorry, I had to say it in a dumb way. I'm fine.
It was the only way for you to say that.
The only way.
Can I just say in this moment, I'm really happy to be back. It's been, like, I know we did the November one, but still, it's been several months since we did this.
Yeah.
I'm having a great time already.
I'm glad. Can't get rid of me that easy. Can't get rid of me that easy! Okay.
Now you've infected the bureaucracy.
Bureaucracy.
The only way she would be permitted into the Supreme Court to take on your defense in this trial.
My defense? Gasp. Do we get to see Susato? Aww. Never before in my life have I felt so frustrated at having been born into this body. Courts in Japan are barred to women. We're not even allowed to set foot inside the courtroom. Despite the fact that the laws of the land apply to all people, male and female alike.
Usato said trans rights.
She did. Good for her. But women are forbidden. Just for today, I'll be leaving my true self at the courtroom door.
Gender fluid, specifically.
So that I can act as your lawyer. Oh, Susato, you'd go to such lengths for me? Yes? Lesbians? It's fine. course. You're my greatest friend. I just worry that I shan't be the lawyer you deserve. Oh no, I have complete faith in you. I'm gonna be just talking to myself this entire trial. Good for me.
No, it's fine.
Right.
It's fine. I'm the judge, as always.
You're the judge this time? Okay. That's cool.
I was always the judge. The Japan judge.
The Japan judge, that's true.
I'm the Japan judge.
Japan judge. It's so strange, though. I mean, you're such an accomplished judicial assistant already. And yet, just because you're a woman, what a wretched reason! I mean, why shouldn't you be allowed in court? You're so gallant and dashing! Ray. Please don't look at me like that, with those flushed cheeks and doting eyes. Susato, we've had a discussion about this. Lesbians. Susato doesn't know what a lesbian is, it's fine. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you really do look so dashing. Look at her little eyes
Japanese
darting.
learning what a lesbian. Sorry. I was about to make a really dumb joke about the island of Lesbos. My apologies.
Oh my god. Excuse me.
It's just that it's like on the travel from Japan to Great Britain. It's not on the way because it's busy being in the middle of the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Unless
just a little.
Actually, no. Wait. I think maybe the canal's opened. Darn it! They might have just learned. It might be very new to Japan.
Oh my god. Yes, you mentioned that once or twice.
You should be pleased. It means you look convincing as a man.
It means something. I am pleased, I think. It certainly helped to bolster my confidence today. Ray, you're managing to put on a brave face in all this, but I can see through it. I've noticed how your shoulders are slumped and how you're trembling ever so slightly. This is just some like early shoujo, like, will they or won't they? Like, that's what this is. It's fine. Susato, you do believe me, don't you? I didn't do it. I couldn't have. I mean, murder. Of course. You have nothing to worry about. Your conscience is perfectly clean. Isn't that right? Yes, it is. Perfectly clean. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind about your innocence. Which is why I'll stand by you until the bitter end in this trial. Whatever happens, I'll always be on your side. Because that's what it means to be a defense lawyer. That means so much to me, Susato.
Bandit, counsel.
Oop.
Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once.
Okay, bailiff, calm down.
Whenever a bailiff shows up, I just give him a random voice from the collection.
Yeah.
Should go in at once, Ray. If you're late, the judge won't hesitate to pronounce you guilty. Actually, I think, like, for the most part, it's going to mostly be me voicing stuff in there.
Oh.
Like, I think, like, there's Susato, there's Ray, but I don't think anyone else.
Ah. Okay.
Don't you worry. It's my turn to suffer early and be fine late.
Okay. Here we go.
Front load this.
Stand aside! Okay, it's fine. I don't think I've ever seen her run so fast.
Well, Susato, you've certainly surprised your father. Had no idea.
He didn't know they were lesbians.
He didn't know, but now he does.
Now he knows, and he approves, and that's all that matters.
Went to such lengths to be admitted into the courtroom, and with no prior experience of being a lawyer.
Is that why we get the tutorial again? Cool. There was simply no other way. That's all there is to it. But Father, you haven't told her, have you? I mean, I'm right in assuming that Ray doesn't know how it came to this.
Yes, quite right. I've kept that information from her.
Oh, good lord.
It would only worry her if she found out that no other lawyer would agree to take her case.
Wow.
I didn't want to burden her with that.
And is it true? The reason why every other lawyer is refusing to take the case? Is it really because of who the victim was?
We should be making a move now, too.
Wow.
As you know, law isn't my field, but I'll do what I can to support my student.
Thank you, Father.
Here we go.
Trial, trial, trial. I'm Susato Mikotoba, a judicial assistant. 8 months ago, I accompanied a student of law on a study trip to Great Britain. But 2 months ago, due to unforeseen circumstances, I found myself back in Japan. How many times have I wished that he were here, I wonder? Still, I have no choice now but to steel myself for the trial ahead. Go on, Susato, you can do it! Wish me luck, Naruhodo-san.
I don't think Naruhodo's a good person to be getting luck from.
No, he's kind of got like F tier luck. 9 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature.
He's got the Komaida luck.
Oh, we are cute! Damn! Sorry.
This court is now in session to hear the trial of Rei Mimbami. Good old Judge Jigoku back on the bench. Hey, his hair's still down from last time.
His hair is still down. Good for him.
The prosecution is fully ready to proceed, Your Excellency.
Is it? Oh, we're so cool! We're so cool.
Defense counsel, are you ready? Yes, Your Excellency. We are ready.
It is just you talking, my bad.
See?
Ready. Oh no, she's got the darting eyes
The
too.
protagonist.
She's got the darting eyes. Oh no.
She's doing it. Oh, did I forget to say this?
Yes.
Oops.
Because I was screaming.
Ah, yes, counsel. According to your registration details, your name is, Ryutaro Naruhodo. Is that correct?
Oh, we are Ryutaro now. Sorry.
Oh, it's Ryutaro.
She's freaking out. Oh no.
Oh, yes. I had to come up with a suitable male name for this little venture.
Don't say that in the courtroom.
So I'm afraid to say I simply put down the first name that sprung to mind.
It's what you would have been named if you'd been a boy, Susato.
With someone else's last name.
Yes, indeed.
Well, counsel.
Well, what's the problem here? Yes, that's right. That's me. Yes, I am Yutaro, he who has vowed to uphold the pride of the great Naruhodo clan. Oh god. This judge is done.
It seems Ryutaro may need to consider how better to uphold his manly act first and not overdo it. Those wild, wide eyes aren't you doing any favors either. Just relax and listen.
Naruhodo?
A fresh face in this courtroom, if I'm not mistaken. But the name Naruhodo, would that perchance be?
No. Don't ask questions.
You may be thinking of Ryunosuke Naruhodo, currently in Britain as part of a study program. This is,
Is it? His cousin!
That's right. Yutaro here has been studying in the provinces, but was called to the capital for this trial.
Wow.
I assure you, in matters of law, his knowledge rivals that of any of Tokyo's preeminent lawyers.
Any of them! Wow, we are so helpful.
What a pitiful situation.
Cry more.
Having been rejected by every lawyer in the capital, the accused has had to call a country boy.
Wow. How dare you? Oh no. How dare you? Susato is every bit as gallant and dashing as any of your Tokyo attorneys. I won't have you making fun of her.
Her?
Oh, Please be careful, Ray.
What an unrefined tomboy we have here. Hey, the Butch.
What?
But I wonder, is your gallant and dashing lawyer up to the challenge of defending you?
Yeah, fuck off.
His wide, skittish eyes very much suggest that he is not.
Cry more. Why are you such a jerk anyway? Nobody asked you. Ugh, I'm so nervous. Now that I'm standing in his shoes, I'm starting to understand what Naruhodo-san goes through. Like it or not, eyes are wont to flit.
She gets it now.
She's freaking out.
The case to be heard on this day is a matter of great significance to our national interests. Again!
Again.
I mean, I guess it's the Supreme Court.
Yeah, it is the Supreme Court.
In fact, it would be reasonable to assume that the outcome of this trial may well affect the very future of our empire. Just like... Sorry? Just like the trial 9 months ago.
Damn. Damn.
Yet for proceedings of such importance, we have this unknown yokel by the dock. Dear me.
You're a yokel.
Got an egg on his head.
I do.
Perhaps this would be an appropriate moment for me to assess the defense.
Uh-oh.
To determine whether you are sufficiently competent to practice in this courtroom.
Oh, come on. Just let me do this.
9 months ago, when a certain other Naruhodo stood where you're standing now.
Uh-oh.
This same judge tested him as well.
Yeah.
And even though he was just a student at the time, not even of law, he passed the test with flying colors. For a trained and experienced judicial assistant like you, this will be easy. So, counsel, do you consent to answering some simple question?
No. Oh, we took our little cloak off. Let's go. Oh, she's so small. All right. It's time to prove myself. Slap. All his bad habits. Yes, Your Excellency. But please do make them simple.
Very well. To start with, you will state the name of the victim.
That is simple. I couldn't forget that if I tried. Yes, Lark is here for the lesbian lawyers. Yes, good.
Ooh.
Ah.
What's the matter?
Now that I'm standing in his shoes, I'm starting to understand something else Naruhodo-san goes through. Like it or not, minds are wont to blank.
That's not surprising, really. It's your first time in this position and in that guise.
Yeah, well, you know, shit happens.
Even a bright spark like you is bound to flicker and falter a little under the circumstances.
Don't.
She for gore.
Oh dear, this is a dismal failure.
Don't fret. You need only use the knowledge you've gained as a judicial assistant to overcome the problem.
Check your stuff. Yeah, there we go, court record. Of course, the court record. Yes, the answer will be amongst all the key information about the case in the court record.
That's right. Just use E to open the court record.
It's so fucking funny every time.
And you need to flip to the people section with E. And don't take too long over it. His Excellency is watching you closely.
All right. Check the court record with E. That's where the information I need will be. Oh, that
was a
rhymed.
good poem.
Thank you. Yes, indeed.
I'm waiting, Counsel.
You can wait a little longer, Judgy Wudgy.
We gotta press E first!
All right.
I mean, we know this
E.
because we played game 1, but...
We do know this. Okay, there's Ray. And there's Giselle Brett. Well, back.
Yes!
Oh no, she's so cute. Ding! Why are you sticking your hand up? Why are you doing this? You're so silly. The name of the victim who lost her life in this case is Miss Giselle Brett. No one is impressed right now. Giselle Brett.
Name that will never be forgotten in the courtrooms of our country, I'm sure. Correct.
Correct.
And being a member of our empire's judiciary, you will be well aware of the significance of that name.
How about we don't care, though? Ding.
So, let me pose another simple question. As you know, Miss Brett was a visiting student from the Empire of Great Britain.
Yeah, and? Yeah, and?
Why, then, is her name indelibly associated with our own empire's judicial history?
'Cause she sucked.
Obviously, you wouldn't have forgotten that case from 9 months ago.
'Cause she was garbage, that's why.
But if it's proving hard to recall the finer points, everything you need is included in the court record.
To the court record!
There it is, somewhere.
People, Giselle Brett, evident, no, what?
Murderer.
Let me look at it. Hey! Oh, it's just in this part. Okay.
Yeah, you're looking at it.
I am looking at it. She was found guilty of murder. Obviously, I still remember. That was the start of everything. Giselle Brett, behind the woman's student persona, was the face of Queen Victoria, a killer.
Yes!
Ooh,
9 months
right out
ago.
the gate slapping good.
Right? 9 months ago, a visiting professor of medicine at the Imperial Yume University was killed. And the culprit was Giselle Brett.
Yes, she was a killer.
A killer. Good for her. Just kidding. She was horrible. I hated her. Everything is fine.
I'm gonna assume this is still Mikotoba.
Okay.
At the time, our country had just signed a new treaty with the Empire of Great Britain.
Just a treaty, no big deal.
Yeah, the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. I don't know why I remembered it verbatim. And it was in the midst of this delicate diplomatic situation that the incident occurred. An Englishman, Dr. John H. Wilson, was shot dead. I believe he was... frick, it's the judge! I believe he was an associate of yours, Professor Mikotoba. Yeah, I was indebted to the man. He'd been my mentor when I went to London to study forensic medicine. Indeed, it was I who invited him here to Japan as a visiting professor at the university.
The guilt?
Naturally, the murder of an Englishman on our soil was a matter the government wished to resolve rapidly. Indeed it was, which is why a secret trial was conducted here at the Supreme Court.
I forgot that it was like a secret... a secret trial. Like...
Yeah, only like military and officials were allowed.
Yeah, I totally forgot that detail. No big deal.
Is this one also secret?
Probably, wouldn't you think?
A student of the Imperial Yume University was arrested on suspicion of murder. A second-year English language student by the name of Rinosuke Naruhodo.
What a good screenshot.
With the help of his best friend, a student lawyer, the accused conducted his own defense. And exposed a despicable crime committed by Miss Giselle Brett. See Game 1 for more details.
Right? Go replay it. It's important.
Miss Brett eventually admitted to her crime. She confessed! Yay. However, when questioned about the motive that drove her to take Dr. Wilson's life, she gave no satisfactory answer before the trial reached its conclusion. Immediately after the trial, the British government brought its consular jurisdiction into play.
Cheaters!
We were unable to sentence Miss Brett according to our empire's laws. I would have really loved to prosecute that case. It would have made me famous. It was decided that she would be removed to Shanghai, China instead.
Then how? Okay. Why Shanghai?
There's a British consular court there. Correct. I oversaw the negotiations personally. I believe he is the Minister of Foreign Affairs. The date of her transfer to Shanghai was finally settled upon only last week. It took you...
It took you 9
9
months? Oh my god.
What the heck?
I hate
What you been
this.
doing for the past 9 months? Just
hanging
around?
out, yeah, with her big hat and her big attitude.
All that remained of our empire's obligation was to see the woman safely on board a steamship.
Safe? I don't care if she's safe, actually.
And yet, the very day before her departure, the Englishwoman was killed.
Oh, darn.
A day before retirement.
Such a tragedy. I'm horrible. Only the day before.
That will do. I'm satisfied that the counsel for the defense is sufficiently capable of representing the defendant.
Oh, good for us.
We pass.
Oh. Thank you, Your Excellency. Over the first hurdle.
Now, a summary of the incident, if you please.
No!
What do you mean, no?
No. No
Just no.
summaries. Make it up. Make shit up.
Prosecutor Ouchie.
I don't want to hear. See, I said no. I don't want to listen to this dude.
Taketsuchi in the house Kitsuchi.
God.
As is your wish, Your Excellency. The repugnant crime took place on the 11th of August in broad daylight.
Jeez. Oh, birds.
On the outskirts of the imperial capital, under a bright blue sky, at a secluded bathing spot by the sea. The incident occurred inside a small beach hut, erected for bathers to rest or change their clothes.
Why is she dressed like this at the beach?
The cause of death was a single stab wound to the posterior abdomen that pierced the victim's lung. An injury which proved fatal.
I like how the swan is dead too. It's the best part.
That's where her soul is. There were two persons alone together in the beach hut at the time of the victim's death.
Oh, come on.
Miss Brett, in her bathing attire, and the accused, Ray Membami.
How is she in her bathing attire when she was in her hat and her dress in that
I think the
picture?
entire dress is one floaty.
I guess so.
No, it's because it has the swan can float. That's how
There we
she
go.
floats.
She just stays underwater the whole time.
Yeah, the float just bobs around. Accordingly, there can be no doubt to the accused's guilt, especially when we consider she had a powerful motive. The motive would have been shared by any member of the Japanese Empire.
Right?
The police arrived rapidly at the scene and promptly arrested the young lady.
Which seems rude. Seems rude. Yeah, we don't like it. Judge doesn't like it either.
Well, that extraordinary description of events leaves me somewhat lost for words, I must say.
That's certainly true. The prosecution's summary was full of words that raised an awful lot of questions.
Just end it at was full of words.
It was full of words. As a lawyer, I really ought to pick up the prosecution counsel on what he said about...
I think we should just treat this as like the pressing the witness before we learn how to press the witness. We're just gathering intel.
Press on all of them.
May as well.
I want to hear about the motive first.
All right.
You're clearly exaggerating. Powerful motive is a blatant overstatement.
Is the Yoko boy using long words he doesn't fully understand?
Man, fuck off, dude. I beg your pardon.
No matter. Let us put this to the accused, shall we? Embami-san, you are a research assistant at the Imperial Yume University, I believe?
Yes, I am. I'm working with Professor Mikotoba in his laboratory at the moment.
I can confirm that. The defendant is an excellent assistant with a strong sense of responsibility.
See?
Fascinating to hear.
You don't mean that.
Now, another question.
You don't mean that.
Prior to your work with Professor Mikotoba, whose research were you assisting then?
Oh, I was studying under Dr. John H. Wilson.
Oh, it's more personal than this.
Let me see.
Dr. Wilson. The visiting English professor who was murdered by Miss Brett 9 months ago.
She didn't do anything wrong. Fuck you guys. I don't like you. You're also rude.
The accused had a deep-seated respect for her former mentor, Dr. Wilson. Is that not true?
Yes, Dr. Wilson was a wonderful man.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
Then tell the court what deep-seated feelings you had towards the Englishwoman who killed him.
I don't like that attitude. Well, obviously, I was filled with hatred for what she'd done. A powerful hatred. Oh no, Ray, be careful of what you're saying. Ah.
The motive was revenge. Plain and simple, Your Excellency. Choke on that. Well, it was clearly a trap all along.
How wicked of him to use Ray's undying respect for her former mentor against her like that. I must find out more details and something we can use to bolster our defense. As a lawyer, I really ought to pick up the prosecution counsel on what he said about the bathing spot. Why not? He said it was popular, didn't he? If I may, Prosecutor Ouchie.
Oh, hold on, I'm experiencing a technical difficulty.
Oh, no, none of that.
What do you want, you fresh-faced young yokel student?
I wonder, could you explain, please? You mentioned a bathing spot.
The technical problem continues, and I would like your assistance in resolving it.
Uh-oh, what's up?
I can't see.
You can't see?
Yeah, I'm blind.
It's saying I'm experiencing reduced quality.
My apologies. Clearly my modernity has confused the poor country bumpkin's simple mind.
I hate this man.
Hold on, I want to count, because I feel like it's a different kind of hatred, but I want to know. Who do you hate more, this man or Van Zieks?
This guy.
Interesting.
By far.
Interesting.
By far. Except, here's the problem, right? I say by far, but that's just because he's obnoxious in addition to being a jackass. Van Zieks is just a jackass, right?
I think the obnoxiousness about it, like he's such a smug, like it almost makes him
So
a fantastic target. Like you're like, oh boy, I can't wait to dunk on you.
That's fair. That's fair. I guess you could do that. Can you see now?
He's got utility as a punching bag. Yeah, I can see now, thank you.
Okay, yeah. I was having issues, I guess. I don't know.
Bathing spots are the very latest trend in health practices from the West. Taking a bath.
Take a bath.
We are told that bathing in the water of the ocean is curative, therapeutic, and excellent for the skin's viscosity.
No, that's not what I meant. I was referring to the fact that Miss Brett had, to all intents and purposes, been found guilty of murder. Why would a known criminal have been relaxing by the sea? Yeah, ouchie.
For old time's sake, I believe.
Uh-huh. Sorry?
Miss Brett was to depart for Shanghai the following day.
And?
Her final wish, as it were, was to enjoy a day at our country's wonderful coast.
This is a setup.
And the British Embassy put extreme pressure on our government to comply.
Well, everybody's racist. Cool. But on what grounds would we agree to such a request?
I don't think we have a choice. Because, as usual, our government is unable to stand up to foreign powers. In matters of diplomacy, it seems we don't even have the courage to decline the whims of a known criminal. Igatoba is slightly bitter about this.
Yeah.
Don't look at me, Professor! It was the government who granted permission, not I!
Yeah, but you're still stupid and I hate you. So, you know, whatever.
In any case, it was decided that with a dedicated detective on duty, nothing could go wrong.
Okay, but they just said they were alone.
They were alone in the hut. I don't think they were alone on the beach.
But in fact, a murder took place.
Very good point. I said don't look at me! It was a young student girl who did it, and I...
Sweat. No one has proved that yet.
Are you seriously gonna try and prove I killed her?
Yes.
I wouldn't provoke the man if you don't need to.
Is the difficulty curve on this game higher? Please don't.
Not immediately.
At this stage, I need to gather more information, I think. As a lawyer, I really had to pick up the prosecution counsel and what he said about being alone together.
Oh yeah, you just asked about that.
Membami-san. Yes. What is it, Susa? I mean, Naruhodo-san. I'm really starting to wish we'd made my alias Ryutaro Susato. Please tell the court why exactly you were present at the bathing spot with the victim in the first place. And why you were alone with her. Oh, well, no, that's not true. It wasn't like that at all. There were other people present. A detective who was guarding Miss Brett, for starters. I was just asked to accompany Miss Brett as a companion, that's all. Oh, it was a setup.
Oh, were you close?
It was a setup.
But let us be clear.
Clear as mud.
At the moment of her death, you were alone together with the victim in the hut. You and no one else.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
The truth is, there is only one reason why this young woman accompanied Miss Brett on her bathing sojourn. It was the accused's last chance to take the victim's life.
No.
Yes.
Wow.
Because, as we know, the following day would see Miss Brett extradited to the British authorities in Shanghai. It's a very Ides of March kind of situation. And the accused would never have an opportunity to dispatch her again.
Kindly refrain from conjecture, counsel.
I believe we all have a clear picture of the incident now. Despite her guilt being determined 9 months ago, Miss Brett managed to avoid incarceration, instead continuing her research work at the university.
That's fucked up.
Obviously, over that period, she and Ray would have encountered each other on a number of occasions.
Seeing the murderer of the mentor for whom she had such great respect, enjoying such undeserved liberty.
Yes, even if it was only temporary until Miss Brett's extradition? Is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah.
Okay, I was a little concerned. Until Miss Brett's extradition to Shanghai. I was gonna go like extradition.
That's fair.
You can hardly blame Ray for her feelings of anger and resentment.
I blame her not at all. I just think that they're also, like, you know, not telling the truth here. Poor Ray.
So, Your Excellency, if you'd be so kind as to produce this exhibit. A photographic print that shows the scene of the crime immediately following the grim incident. Okay, so at this point, who do we think killed, Brett?
Oh, she's in a robe! Okay.
Oh, it's just the hat? That was normal weird.
I don't think it's actually
yeah,
her.
there's a dress in the far back. Oh, you think it's like a body double?
Yeah.
Where are you gonna find a body double for someone from Britain in Japan? Like, you can't just bring a...
Who says you can't?
I don't know how many English people are in Japan at this point. It could be 12, it could be 500. So I don't know how hard it would be to get some other person who looks like her to the island.
That's fair. But what if I'm correct?
You're gonna import a corpse?
Yes! It'll be a little, you know, stiff when it gets here, but like, it's fine.
I guess you could also just, like, I assume Port Authority isn't really uniform around the country. You could just sort of like from Korea or something, take a boat by yourself to like some secluded non-port area of the Japanese island coast.
Correct.
And just sort of get off. So it would have to be a really, really dedicated inside job. But you know what? I can no longer deny your claim.
I'm good at this.
Oh, imports of you mean somebody snuck in with the bathrobe?
Imports of clothes.
Yes, thank you, counsel. A tragic image.
Nah.
Meanwhile, the judge is actually cheering to himself because that second lady's dead.
Right? I love the dead swan hat. It's so happy.
As you can clearly see, there is nowhere within the hut that anyone else could have hidden. I can think of at least 3 locations.
Under the table. But there's like a slit right there that could have stabbed her through. She was probably sitting on this stool, and they stabbed her and she fell over.
Under the dress.
Under the dress.
And then maybe in like one of the corners next to the door here, like
Yeah, maybe.
like the person taking the photo took the photo and then they rush in, and then the person standing on the side of the door frame just sort of sneaks out, just like whoop. The court will accept this photographic print as evidence.
Oh, damn. That's too bad, really.
Harm. Evidence. As I understand it, then, the victim and the defendant were alone inside the beach hut at the time. This is deeply troubling, I must say. The finger of guilt points firmly at the defendant. Well, Your Excellency, naturally the prosecution has much more to its case.
Do we?
We intend to prove the accused's appalling actions beyond all possible contention. To that end, I can confirm that we have multiple witnesses to the crime and damning evidence.
What? Witnesses? But who?
One of whom, I might add, is a highly respected police detective.
Is it the return?
I assure you, the testimony of these witnesses will leave no room for doubt.
Ugh.
Very well then, counsel. Bring forth your witnesses.
Bring forth your witnesses. Okay, I'm done.
I'm just doing a casual check on the time. Are we in ad zone or?
Oh, I think we talked through the ads.
Oh, oops.
I got the notification for them and then I forgot.
Oops, darn. I was gonna prepare my cool talk about what I was gonna talk about.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, he was just dotting.
I said that already. Yeah, it's just
Cool.
ellipses. Oh no, I'm sorry, Lark. My apologies. Can you just yell at us next time there's ads so that we can
You
prepare
can
that
say, yeah,
accordingly?
you can. Ah, frick. I hit the wrong button. There we go.
I, Takatsuchi Ouchi, have been waiting for this moment.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to blast through the ads. I'm used to multi-streaming and I'm not multi-streaming this time. Sorry?
Yeah, because it's illegal. Oh yes, I haven't forgotten. That trial 9 months ago, here in this very courthouse. When that irreverent little student boy utterly humiliated me.
Wow, you're just not over it at all.
Ah! Read no skinner! Oh no!
What? Yes?
This insult to the Ouchi family name will never be forgotten.
You become conceited with age, Council. But the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that.
The head of a samurai whose top knot has been cut, and the bell of cultural enlightenment tolls. Yes, on that fateful day, my former self died.
The start of your own mini Meiji revolution. Are you modernizing as well, Council?
Silence! Since I swore revenge back then, there has been a minor miracle atop my head. Observe the ouchy growth!
I'm sorry?
You see the seed of hope sprouting forth from the barren expanse of my crown?
I think that tiny growth's trying to tell me something. I'm afraid I can't really see. Where is the hope exactly?
I said silent! Today, I face another yokel student of the Naruhodo clan. Well, I will vanquish you! And my victory will be fertilizer for the seed of hope atop my head. You have been warned.
I wish somebody warned me about your terrible metaphors.
With that, the prosecution calls the witnesses to the stand. It looks like the stakes are high on both sides of this trial. The prosecution and defense each have much to lose.
A haircut is hardly comparable to Ray's life.
Prepare to freak.
Oh, you missed it because I was coughing. Oh, I screamed. I screamed, but I was muted. I'm sorry, everyone. My bad.
That's okay. We'll get more. You want to just do like a supplementary scream for the heck of it, or?
Ah! There we go.
There we go. We'll fix it in post.
I'm back.
Witnesses, please state your names and occupations for the court.
Good God, Hosonaga.
Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Imperial Police Bureau. I'm in disguise, obviously, so I can go undetected.
Was he disguised as a turtle?
And I am, well, the next big thing in books. An author renowned throughout the capital, in fact. Yes. Soon to be sold out. A satirical I am a cat. A sensational success by Yoseki Natsume.
Oh my goodness.
Has got, like, dedicated paparazzi now.
Right?
Struggling student from the provinces, please. You needn't be in awe of me.
I needn't.
It's only natural that you'd feel nervous in my presence. But all of you, please, relax. Call me Soseki, even.
No. Yes. What on earth is Soseki-san doing here?
Tread carefully, Susato. That author fellow knows you from your time in London, doesn't he? If he exposes you for who you really are, this will be over before it's begun.
Yes. Yes, of course. I know. I presume Soseki-san won't have forgotten about me. I could certainly never forget him. Although, he does seem to have changed somewhat in the 6 months or so that it's been since I last saw him. And as for Inspector Hosonaga, that amazing outfit is hard to believe.
Do I have something on my face?
You have something on your head, baby. Well, your glasses for one. Although they don't seem to be helping you see.
Now that's just rude.
Thank goodness he hasn't recognized me either.
Ah, I suppose it's a disguise, isn't it? I thought that appearing here in the clothes I was wearing at the time would make for a more faithful testimony.
Okay, sure. Sure.
It is my guiding principle to carry out all testimonies flawlessly.
Is he an expert witness? Is that what he is?
He is a detective.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I can appreciate why an Imperial Maurice
Buo.
Maurice Burrow.
We're doing great.
I can appreciate why an Imperial Police Bureau detective might have been present. But what business did a writer such as yourself have being at the scene, Stoseki-san?
He was going to the beach!
Ah, well, you see, I had been asked that day to give a lecture. On the morning of the incident, in the Imperial Yume University's Grand Lecture Hall, no less.
At Yume University.
This is very weird, because I have to do, like, a calm Soseki voice.
Right?
Now that he's no longer in anxiety-riddled London.
Right? He's fine now.
After the lecture, I had a very pleasant conversation with a researcher from the medical science department. The professor over there, in fact.
With Professor Mikotoba.
Yes, that's right. It was arranged by one of the newspapers.
Oh my god, they had a little chat.
I wanted some story or other about two former students who'd studied in Great Britain. Of course, being a renowned author, the press never leave me alone.
Oh, come on.
They secretly spy snapshots, scribble stories, and scupper my privacy.
Well, he really does have paparazzi problems.
Yeah. He's famous now. He wrote the book. We saw him free I Am a Cat.
We did.
As you can see, the conversation was written up in this newspaper here.
Thanks.
Read it at your leisure, my provincial struggling student friend. I have plenty of copies.
Wow, you are a changed man.
He is. That fame really gets to him.
Thank you very much. He practically threw that paper at me. Oh, the article is in the court record? Okay.
Ooh. Anyway, following my interview with the professor, the lady in question appeared and made a very unexpected announcement.
Uh-oh.
I should like to go with everyone to see our country's coast. Those were her words. As I explained before, Miss Brett was never taken into custody.
This is a sham.
Pianui!
Hi, Pianui!
We're back in court!
We're back.
Should continue to work with my laboratory, under strict surveillance, of course.
That's messed up.
At which utterance, the university immediately contacted the government to seek guidance.
I think you should have just killed her in the lab. Would have been easier. Would have been quicker.
And the response was, permit Miss Brett to go as long as a detective accompanies her. That detective, I am at liberty to divulge, was me, Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga. Thereby, the entire party departed cordially for the seaside.
We're doing great today.
It's been a while. It was extremely challenging to clear all other members of the public from the vicinity of the beach. But fortunately, I am at peak physical fitness at the moment, so...
Me too, buddy. Me too.
I was able to carry out my duty flawlessly.
I bet I'm coughing up blood and I just don't know it.
Oh no, Pianui said a swear word.
What did it censor? What?
I assume spoilers? Wait, am I a mod? I'm not a mod. I figure it out.
You're not a mod?
Wait, am I?
Are you? You should be. Are you not? Oh no, have I failed you? Hold on.
Wait, no, I am a mod. I just can't see what it says. For some reason. Mysterious.
Ah. Oh my. Inspector, you... Well, you do have something on your face now. The towel!
How unsightly. I do apologize. You did say spoilers. Can't believe you got banned for saying spoilers.
Wow.
Not even saying spoilers, but saying the word spoilers.
Did it really blink it out when you said spoilers? Or are you messing with us? Are you messing with us? Pia Nui. Are you harassing us?
You're next in the courtroom, buddy. You think you can escape with your bunny mech? I have the Tidewater. It's got the Lammergeier legs. I can just fly. I'll chase you down.
Chase.
Alright, that was some Armored Core 6 riffing.
Does that mean that you went to the beach too, Father?
No. Fortunately, I had work to finish off. What do you mean, fortunately?
He didn't want to go where she was?
That is absolutely true. But unfortunately, of course, it meant that, as my assistant, Ray was invited to take my place.
Oh.
Ray's the substitute teacher for the field trip.
What is my bot doing that it's...
Of course, being a renowned author, I didn't like to decline the invitation.
You did... Okay.
I wouldn't worry too much about it.
What a day I had! I never have seen that awful sight!
There he
Good old
is.
Prosecki. We found
Relentlessly racked by remorse and regret!
Clunk.
Very well. I must now ask you to present your formal testimony to the court. You will give an account of all that you witnessed on your impromptu excursion to the coast.
God, I hate this. Me too, buddy. Me too.
Of course, Your Excellency. Relentlessly racked by remorse and regret I am.
I got a statement to make before the statements start.
Cool.
I've come to appreciate Hosonaga.
Yeah!
He kinda a hottie.
Yeah!
he kinda a hottie, I'm not gonna
All
lie.
it took was putting him in some swim shirts.
All it took was the arms coming out, the guns. The guns. Me too, Pianui. I'm also coughing really bad. I was very sick. I'm not sick anymore, but I'm still coughing. It's awful. The witnessed scene. Okay.
I have one on this day. On the incident...
Have you?
On the day of the incident, I was ordered on a special surveillance assignment in this disguise. I just managed to catch that crab when I suddenly heard a caterwaul from behind me. You were catching a crab? I ran into the beach hut at once, where I found the pair in question.
Yeah, Pianui, I only needed to see the arms. That's correct.
He's armed and dangerous.
Yeah, he is.
Yes, that young girl was astride the Englishwoman, dagger in hand, and she stabbed wildly.
I don't think so.
I saw blood on the blade. It proved to me that she'd stabbed the victim multiple times.
I don't like the way this is going, guys.
Indeed. It does appear from this testimony that both witnesses are present. Both witnesses here present saw it.
What's that? That is a weird sentence.
The very moment of this heinous crime.
What?
Now, if you will recall, I promised evidence as well. What phrase did I use again? Ah, yes, that was it. Damning evidence.
I don't like you.
What have you there, Counsel? A so-called fountain pen, is it? Correct, Your Excellency. I found it at the scene whilst examining the body. It appears that in her dying moments, with a final ounce of strength...
Not a dying message. Are you kidding me?
The victim clutched a piece of evidence that would positively identify her killer. I think she just stole, like, it wasn't, she didn't write a name or anything, she just had a pen.
It's just right. What?
Excellency, if you would cast your eyes over the photographic print of the crime scene once more.
No. I don't want to.
Oh yeah, she's holding a pen.
She's holding a pen.
Oh, goodness me! Yes, the victim is clearly grasping something quite deliberately there in her hand. That's right, the fountain pen. And if you would kindly examine the pen, Your Excellency. Ah! The owner's initials have been engraved into the ebonite barrel.
Oh, come on.
R.M. Ray Membami. The initials of the defendant.
Ah, no! That! Nice.
Legs also available.
Legs.
This fountain pen will be admitted immediately as critical evidence.
I'm gonna inspect it. I don't care what you think.
So, have I omitted anything? Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I have so many tricks up my sleeves. They're so long, I can put many in there.
Let me examine it. You suck. Oh, that's cute.
Oh, he's karate chopping the doctor.
That's cute.
Oh, there's Wagahai Jr. over there.
Wagahai Jr.
They look like they're having such a good time.
They do look like they're having a good time.
And look, the invention of the bicycle.
Bicycle.
I really gotta up my Japanese language learning. I've been slacking. I can only make elementary puns like doyobi.
Is that masks hanging up in the suitcase?
Oh, yes, there's.
I hate that. Ah. What's that in there?
Frilly heels.
No, behind the
that?
heels. There's an item of some kind. The swan
A silly
feathers.
Inder. If only the swan were still alive, we could have called it as a witness.
Yeah, okay. I don't believe the swan. The swan is biased.
Yeah, Giselle is a big mask fan. Decisive testimony and damning evidence. There's a bright blue sky outside the courthouse today. Perfect weather to ascribe guilt, I feel.
Wow.
On days like this, Yokel students like you should be rotting in prison.
I don't understand. The prosecutor ouchie of 9 months ago had none of this man's poise.
That's right, baby. I'm hip now. Counsel for the defense. You may begin your cross-examination now. You can tell it's been 9...
We're too dead.
Yeah, it's been like... You can tell it's been like 7 months since we started being with each other. I've just gone full unhinged.
Me
with
too,
my jokes.
It's fair. I'd be making more jokes if I wasn't coughing so damn hard, honestly.
Yeah. Naruto-san.
Wah. Naruhodo. That means... Oh! Yes! Me!
Is there another Naruhodo in my courtroom?
I wish. Actually, there isn't even a single Naruhodo in your courtroom.
Cousin Ryutaro, pull yourself together, please.
Alright, I've seen this countless times as a judicial assistant. Find inconsistencies in the witnesses' testimonies to prove that they're lying somehow. That's all there is to it. That's how a real lawyer would handle a cross-examination. So let's see what I can do. Cross-examination. Okay. Okay, you know what we press.
Hold it!
In that jaunty disguise.
Correct. Wait, no. I mean, it wasn't the first time I've worn the sin suit for a dip in the ocean. It's tried and tested. Do what must be done to keep the English woman under surveillance. Those were my orders that day.
And this tried and tested outfit was the answer?
Being able to blend flawlessly into a crowd is an important part of a detective's job. I submerged myself in the salty water, leaving only Mr. Turtle floating inconspicuously on the surface.
Mr. Turtle.
Mr. Turtle loves the water.
Wait, is that a real turtle?
No, it's like a bobblehead.
That's what I thought, but like also, okay, just kidding. We're all judging him. But there was no need for you to blend into the background on this assignment, really, was there?
If that made you late in arriving on the scene, I think perhaps you had your priorities wrong.
Perhaps I shouldn't pursue this line of questioning any further at the moment.
I think Hosonaga just enjoys having costumes. He's
I
a
think
cosplayer.
you might be right. He's a cosplayer.
He is.
What crab?
Hold it!
Let's talk about the crab. Ah! You're describing the victim's scream, presumably, Soseki-san.
In more literary terms, you might say it was a scream that could have pierced the heavens.
Yeah.
Oh, the light. Of course, that's just a metaphor. We renowned authors are wont of describing things so.
God, you're so sick on my dude. Soseki-san wasn't at all like this in England.
Anyway, I spun around at the noise and the beach hut immediately fell under my gaze.
Yes, the beach hut.
The area is popular with government ministers. Many have seaside retreats there for rest and recuperation.
I think the judge did it.
How the heck are we gonna pick and arrest him? He's the judge. Locals are prohibited from entering the area, so it's always very quiet.
Man, that's messed up.
The beach hut is a simple structure erected as a place for people to change or take refuge from the sun. Although the Englishwoman commandeered the hut for herself, which meant that I was forced to change into my swimmer on the sand.
Ah, I imagine that was rather embarrassing for you.
Well, anyway, I tossed the crab aside and headed for the beach hut at a run. Or, in more literary terms,
I decrabbed and beat it off hut-wise.
God, this man.
Hold it!
Wait, by pair, you don't mean to say. But how could that be?
No, you must understand. Obviously, I meant the victim and the defendant, Remembami-san.
Oh, it would have been helpful if you could have just said that from the outset.
If you jump to conclusions, you have to expect to fall flat on your face sometimes.
Dear me, pinning your hopes on such an outside chance. Foolish, very foolish.
Shut up. It really was an outside chance. I just wish I'd realized that before I said something silly. This is just the Ryunosuke Naruhodo experience. You're good.
Yeah. Oh, Inspector, why don't you tell the court how exactly you found the aforementioned pair in the hut?
Well, it was a sorry sight, a really grisly scene. I parted the Norn curtain hanging in the doorway and stepped inside, only to see the defendant leaning menacingly over the lifeless body of the victim sprawled on the sand.
Why are you coughing so much, Hosonaga? You ingest some salt water there, boy?
My glasses very nearly cracked at the ominous sight that met my eyes.
How thoroughly appalling.
Ugh. He doesn't appear to be lying here. Well, Soseki-san, can you confirm what Inspector Hosonaga is saying, I wonder?
You'd like a literary man's opinion?
No. I wouldn't. I don't believe you. Stabbed wildly? You actually saw her do it?
Oh, indeed.
The terrible spectre, the terrapin inspector, the bloody torrent, the author's torment.
Wow.
I'm impressed that I held together for that.
Yeah, that was good. Eek.
Every sight and every sound is still carved in my melancholy memory. That was my impression, at least, as a future literary sensation.
Counsel, what on earth was that shrill, effeminate scream?
None of your business. Oh, no. Ahem. No. What are you insinuating? I'm as manly a Japanese man as you.
I wonder if I might interject here, Saseki-san. Something you said is troubling me. That was my impression, for your words just now, I believe.
Uh-oh. He's twitching! He's twitching! Ah! So, do you mean to say you're not confident that you really did see what you've described?
No, yes, I know what I saw.
I don't think he knows.
My ears didn't deceive me when I heard that scream, and so my eyes didn't deceive me either.
I could describe everything I saw vividly. I could publish it all in tomorrow's new paper ethereal.
Please don't.
Yeah, I don't want to leak documents to the public.
It sounds as though the next installment of I Am a Cat may take a macabre turn.
Oh dear.
I think this is a fool's errand. The more we press your author friend on what he saw, the more entrenched he's going to become.
Oh dear. How awkward.
Hold it!
She was stabbed multiple times? How can you be sure of that?
Very simply, from the blood on the blade.
Okay. The blood.
When I entered the hut, I saw the defendant holding the blades I saw the defendant holding the blade raised up in the air.
Yes, that's right. I saw it too.
Oh.
I think I've accidentally gone ouchie with Saseki.
I think you're fine.
I gotta have a little more like pleading crying in there, I think.
Let's make it a little.
Yeah. I never had this problem before because they were never in the same room.
Yeah, that's true.
And I noted that there was blood on the blade already at that point. In other words, the victim had already been stabbed at least once by the time I arrived on the scene. Yes, that's right! I thought too! There we go! And the victim was already holding the defendant's fountain pen in her hand, too. All of which means I can be sure the victim did not die instantly.
Oh boy, good for her.
Yes, right, saw it too!
Did you?
Using less words.
Maybe a year in London was too much for him. He sounds like he's forgotten how to speak Japanese.
The logic of your argument is sound, at least. Well, as I said, it is my guiding principle to carry out all testimonies flawlessly.
Perhaps it should have been your guiding principle to protect the victim flawlessly.
Tad Sog here.
That's just my personal opinion, of course.
Do not be rude to Hosanaga.
Oh no, be rude to Hosanaga.
He's
Read
going
him
to
for
cough.
filth. Read him for filth.
Called it. Loving the
fine.
bobble on the turtle head.
Does it bobble when he coughs? I missed it.
It bobble. Counselor, you will refrain from mocking the witness. See?
No. Oh no. I just have so many thoughts whirling around in my head. It's all I can do to stand here, wide-eyed and mute.
Goodness, my dear. You really must try to calm down.
But how am I supposed to find an inconsistency in what these two gentlemen are saying? I don't see why either of them would have any reason to lie.
What you must remember, I think, is that witnesses may inadvertently lie at times. For various reasons. A misunderstanding, a mistaken observation, a delusion, even.
Ah, a delusion.
What's important is that we determine the truth, and there's only one sure way to do that.
Yes, with evidence, of course.
Spoken like a true judicial assistant. During witness testimony, you can use E to pick a piece of evidence to present for consideration. So you need to listen carefully to each statement and to compare what's said to the details in the court record. If you find some conflicting information, that may be the inconsistency you're looking for.
Court record! Only a single wound was identified. That's our first one. That's our first one. Okay, we'll present that for sure. Yes, it's all about inconsistencies.
Once you've identified a witness's statement that appears to conflict with a piece of evidence, present the evidence to the witness with R, and the way ahead will present itself to you, I'm sure.
Yes. All right then. I'll consider the details of all the evidence in the court record against each statement to find an inconsistency. I hope I'm up to the task.
Don't forget that you can have the witness repeat their statements as many times as you like. Everyone has to start at the beginning, remember? So those wide eyes are quite forgivable. And besides, there's no one else to defend the poor girl.
You're right. I need to listen to the testimony again from the start. Bye. I present here.
How, though?
They're both saying she stabbed multiple times, so we can present this because only a single wound was identified. single deep stab wound. Poisoned.
Objection!
Objection! That's cute. Here we go.
She's feeling it.
With that accusatory cry that just welled up from deep inside me, I think I finally understand. Every time Kazuma-sama and Naruhodo-san have stood here at this bench, the stakes have been very, very high indeed.
Yeah, we got her theme.
Oh, we gotta listen for a minute. So nice.
What's the meaning of that menacing pose, Council?
I'd like the witness to clarify something for me.
Who? What? Where? When? How?
Not you, Soseki-san. The query is directed at Inspector Hosonaga.
At me?
Turtlehead. In your statement just now, you said that the victim was stabbed multiple times.
Yes, that's right. As I said, when I entered the hut, the defendant was already standing over the victim, bloody knife in hand, like a murderous demon.
And yet, that cannot be.
What? Get to the point, please, Counsel.
No, I don't think I will. Oh,
I guess I'll
book!
The book!
In the post-mortem report, it clearly states that the victim was stabbed one time only.
Ah.
Slam.
Just coughed once.
In other words, Inspector Hosonaga's testimony is clearly flawed. And Soseki-san,
Me?
you claim to have seen Membami-san in the throes of stabbing the victim.
Yes, I did. Wildly.
But both you and the inspector confirmed the same point. That there was already blood on the knife that you saw the defendant holding.
Yes, and?
It's quite simple. We know the murder weapon was used to stab the victim only once. Therefore, there's no way there could have been blood on the knife if that single stabbing hadn't already occurred.
True!
He's gonna explode.
Then what exactly is your contention, Counsel? Are you ever going to tell us?
Wow. Everyone else takes like 30 years and you don't get mad at them. She takes 5 seconds and you get mad. Okay. Yes, Your Excellency. There's only one logical conclusion. What Soseki-san in fact saw was not the moment that the defendant stabbed the victim at all, but the moment that the defendant in fact withdrew the blade from the victim's body.
That can't. Excellent work, Shisato.
Yay.
You exploded at them without objection and then proceeded to pull them apart systematically.
Yay.
Objection!
Oh, not you. Get out.
Well, this takes me back. Yes, I seem to remember your cousin staged a scene much like this in that trial 9 months ago.
Exploded them.
A half-witted child with a half-baked objection attempted to steal the show.
You're right. There were certain similarities. Except that so-called half-witted child managed to outwit the prosecution.
It was only half a head of hair.
Ooh, burn! Sick burn!
Splendor! My head is quite adequately dressed! In any case, all this talk of stabbing and withdrawing and multiple wounds. It makes not a jot of difference.
What? Why not?
Engage your brain, young man. When the accused first plunged the deadly weapon into the victim, that was the fatal blow. And it was that moment, just that she had withdrawn the blade, ready for her next strike, that the witnesses saw. The knife was already tainted with blood because the accused had already stabbed the victim.
Okay.
All you have successfully shown with your little display is that the mustached author is prone to moments of extravagance.
Oh, now he's freaking out again. Ugh! Nope, he's freaking out! He's freaking out! Me too, buddy.
I am in agreement with the prosecution. If the defendant was seen wielding the blade at all, that is sufficient ground for her actions to be viewed with suspicion. I mean, fair.
But if she was withdrawing the blade...
Then we are back where we started.
Sorry.
Consider this, young yokel boy. If the student girl is innocent as you claim, then why would she have pulled the blade from the victim? And with a demon's cold-blooded composure, too. The prosecution demands an explanation, and it had better be good.
Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Aaron. Hello!
Hello as well, hi.
Hydrate.
I hope you're enjoying pressing the hydrate button. That's all I can prove you are doing, or have done.
Hydrate. Why did Ray pull out the knife?
Ah, yes. Going for the jugular.
No, it was her lung. What does Father mean by that?
Let the court hear your answer then, counsel.
The truth is, I don't really know. But I have to come up with a plausible reason here, or we don't have a case. The reason why the defendant pulled the knife blade out of the victim's body was surely so she could save her life. According to the post-mortem report, the victim's death was not instant.
That's correct. It's thought she would have remained conscious for a short while after sustaining the injury.
Ad starts in 5 minutes. Okay.
Indeed, giving her the time to take hold of this piece of evidence that clearly indicates her killer.
The point is... Oops, my mouse. Being a medical research assistant, Membami-san was compelled to act when faced with a wounded victim. Instinctively, she pulled the blade out in an attempt to save Miss Brett's life.
Did you hear that, Your Excellency? It would seem that this is the best we can expect of this young yokel.
Indeed.
Ugh. Is it just me, or does it suddenly feel much colder in here?
Does she know? Your Excellency, if I may. Speak, witness.
Damn.
I would like another opportunity to testify. In respect to the slipshod assertion just put forward by the yokel defense counsel, I mean.
We're defending yokels everywhere. Slipshod?
An excellent idea, Inspector. Our young yokel hopeful has a modicum of knowledge when it comes to the law, it seems. But in matters of medicine, he appears to possess not one iota of common sense.
Well, yeah.
Very well, Inspector. I will permit your request. You will testify again before the court on the subject of the defense counsel's assertion. Yes, sir. I will do so flawlessly.
Go okay. You're not doing a very good job of it so far. Witness testimony. Sure. Forensic medicine primer. Oh no.
Here's a little lesson in medicine.
Oh, no. I mean, things I already knew was this was going to be a problem, but like also.
Do you want to explain your thought of this being a problem?
You're not supposed to pull a blade out or any kind of a thing out when it stabs somebody like that because it just makes them bleed out faster.
Spoilers.
Sorry.
For 2 seconds from now. Pulling a blade from a wound without thinking could cause heavy bleeding.
Yep.
All right, there. If you were worried about the spoiler, don't worry. We've passed it now.
Okay. We passed it.
That's basic knowledge that any medical research assistant with an ounce of sense ought to know.
Well, maybe she didn't have an ounce of sense. Maybe she was scared. Think about that one, Hosonaga.
She is a medical student. In other words, there's no good reason why the defendant would have tried to pull the knife from the victim. I said knight. Don't tell anyone.
I heard nothing. Nothing happened.
Correct. Good. Yep. That's the cover story. Let's not forget that the young student did have a motive for killing the victim.
Wow. You are so negative, Hosonaga.
The man the victim murdered 9 months ago, Dr. Wilson, was the defendant's highly respected mentor.
I'm not cross-examining that. I'm throwing a rock at your head. Objection. Is what you just said true, Inspector? Could pulling a knife from a wound really cause the wound to bleed heavily?
Yes. Think of the weapon itself as a stopper in the wound that prevents excessive blood loss. Until a doctor is ready to provide proper treatment, that stopper shouldn't be removed.
Oh, I see.
This is why Yoko should stay on the farm. Even a quack from some obscure mountain village would have such basic knowledge. Anyone who's ever given someone a little poke with a knife and pulled it out again knows it.
Have you done this?
Have you done this?
Has other people in this room done this?
Hello?
Show of hands. Gallery, get involved. Raise your hand if you've ever stabbed somebody.
Right, yeah, I want to see. Chat, hold on. I got this.
Are you making a poll?
Hold on, I got this.
Is it ad time?
It should be ad time at some point.
Doko.
In 3 minutes.
Okay.
Well, I think it just went maybe to go to the ads because it told me I had an ad coming and then it went away just now. So maybe it's...
Maybe we're in ads right now. Excellent. Make that poll. While that happens, I will do what I have decided that would be the thing that I would.
There we go.
Excellent. So for some weird reason, I decided to just look up some law stuff.
Okay.
And I came across the and my research is just looking through Wikipedia, and for some reason I came across the Erie Doctrine.
Okay.
Which I just thought was cool. You know, you don't usually name doctrines after locations.
Okay.
Usually people.
Yeah.
The Erie Doctrine, and I'm just going to read this off your Wikipedia, is a fundamental legal doctrine of civil procedure in the United States, which mandates that a federal court called upon to resolve a dispute not directly implicating a federal question must apply state substantive law.
Okay.
Now, from my research and reading around, my basic understanding of that means that by default, a federal court not dealing in federal matters must use the laws of the state in applying judgment and law and verdict and stuff. Like based on that state's decision of what is and is not illegal. The purpose of this is to basically stop prosecutors or whoever from basically window shopping particular courtrooms, to be like, hey, this courtroom applies a different law of a different state in this federal court, so we can just go to that one where it's slightly less illegal to, or more illegal to do what happened. The other purpose is to just make it so that it's uniform across all federal courts how this works, so that it's not just like a weird soup of like it's on a court by court basis as much as it is a case by case basis. It kind of keeps them responsible for what they do.
Okay, so it's just for consistency.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. You have 23 seconds left to stab people.
Yeah, you want to
Get
do a
on it.
stab?
Get on it. I've never stabbed anyone
I don't think I've stabbed
that I
anyone.
remember. I'm pretty sure I haven't stabbed anyone. I was a strange child, okay?
Ooh, the results are in. We have 3 for no, I don't stab people, and a single objection. Oops.
A single objection, oops.
Am I to assume that objection oops is meant to mean that you've accidentally stabbed somebody?
Yes.
Okay.
Your Honor, oops. Alright, we're back.
We are.
Oh, well, I've never stabbed anyone, you see. Or pulled a blade out of a wound, so... Does it count if it
course
was
you haven't.
yourself?
I didn't bring you up to behave like a bandit.
Zen, please. Father, is it true what they're telling me?
Yes, it's basic remedial knowledge for medics. Gray would have been well aware of it. If she were to claim ignorance of such fundamentals, that would prove fatal in many ways.
But then, why would Ray have done it?
Well, maybe we should ask Ray.
Could she have pulled out that knife in full knowledge that it would be fatal for Miss Brett?
I don't know.
Ray never once mentioned anything about the knife to me. It seems almost impossible to believe, but...
Are you losing hope? Are you losing faith?
Could my friend actually have...
Stop it, Ritaro! Susato!
Oh! Wrong name. It's fine. Yes.
Pull yourself together. We mustn't lose sight of why we're here.
Ah.
Counsel, it's time for your cross-examination.
But, Your Honor, I don't wanna. Oh, yes, Your Excellency.
However,
Oh boy.
I must warn you that if your cross-examination fails to identify any issue with the established facts, I will be moving to my adjudication immediately afterwards.
So I only have one shot at this. I hate this. I understand. Believing in your clients and fighting for their cause until the bitter end. I knew it would be hard, but I had no idea it would be this hard. Okay. Just gonna...
Yeah, it looks pretty stabbed.
I'm thinking... Pulling a blade from a wound without thinking could cause heavy bleed. I'm gonna press, but like...
Hold it!
This is gonna go badly.
I know. You say doing it without thinking could be a problem. Does that mean that if you use due care and attention, it would be alright?
I wouldn't have thought this needed spelling out, really, but... The blade is like a stopper in the wound. Remove it, and a serious hemorrhage will occur. Look at the bobbling turtle head.
The bobble turtle.
A bobble. In other words, a medic would need to be present before any attempt was made to withdraw the blade. Doing it without thinking would be madness. You just can't do it.
Oh, well, thank you for such a thorough explanation.
You see, Counsel, when you act without thinking, the result is a bloodbath.
Ugh.
Back to the witness testimony, please.
Yeah, Ray is a medic. Exactly. What? I was hitting the back arrow. Why did it go forward?
You don't hit the back arrow, you press left.
Oh, yeah. This is hopeless. I can't find a single crack in this testimony anywhere. If Ray knew that withdrawing the knife from the wound would threaten Miss Brett's life further, I just can't think of any way to explain why she did it.
Desato. At times like these, when it's especially important to remember the fundamentals.
The fundamentals?
Evidence is what counts in the courtroom, isn't it?
Of course, but I've been through the court record dozens of times already.
I think perhaps you're forgetting something, though. You needn't take the evidence at face value. You can and must examine it in greater detail, too.
Ah.
I realize this is your first time playing the role of lawyer in the courtroom. So if you need reminding of the rudiments, you need only ask. I'll do my very best to help.
Examine the evidence in the court record. It's an idea, certainly. What should I do? I know what to do. Come to think of it, Kazuma-sama and Naruhodo-san were always turning evidence over and over in their hands. Yes, I need to examine things in greater detail with space.
Ah, a look in your eyes, I see it's coming back to you. Go through the court record again and have a thorough look at everything. You may just find a clue.
Let us return to the court record.
Female British.
Around 2 p.m. Ascertained by examination of witness statements. Death would have occurred within minutes. Notes. Okay. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? What am I looking for?
We're looking for clues.
I just don't know what's a clue. Do you think it's in this?
I don't know. What else we got?
A pen. Oh, we can examine the pen now. We couldn't examine the pen earlier. It must be the pen.
Well, maybe we've unlocked 3D mode for things.
If we take off the pen's lid,
It's a pen.
it's a pen. Ah!
Born this way.
Now let's unscrew the barrel, shall we? This must be the little reservoir that holds the ink.
Yes, you fill it by drawing ink from a bottle up through the nib.
Is something wrong, Father?
Just that there doesn't actually appear to be any ink in there, that's all.
Oh yes, you're right. It's pretty much empty. Well, it could be on the verge of running out, I suppose. The RM initials are very clearly engraved here.
And the fact that Miss Brett was clinging to this pen in her dying moments is very clearly a message too.
I put no stock in dying message. And these things. To identify her killer, you mean?
I don't think there can be any doubt that this is a key piece of evidence in the case.
Amon! There's some sort of emblem here, look. But it isn't a Yume University one.
It must belong to some other organization, I suppose. A business of some kind. But that would seem to imply that the pen does, in fact, belong to Ray.
Have I looked at everything?
I think you looked at everything on the pen.
The pen has been looked at. Okay, let's go back.
Not a
and
very
look at the-
large piece of evidence. What else we got? News? The news is
Oh,
free!
we can turn the newspaper
Oh.
now.
Advertisement for La Carnival down at the bottom.
There is one. Raucous England returnees tell all. This is the interview with you and Soseki-san, is it, Father? It looks as though it was quite an exchange.
Yes, he became a little overanimated while he was talking about his time in England. The photographer managed to capture the moment his hand karate chopped me on the neck.
I do hope you weren't hurt. The back.
Ooh. An advertisement of some kind.
This is the newspaper from Soseki-san. There seems to be an important article on the back page as well. Exclusive. Deadly poison stolen from Yume Medical Research Laboratory. Oh boy. Is that what's in the pen, I wonder? And is that why her pupils were very constricted? From Yume's Medical Research... Father, isn't that your lab?
What the? Let me see that. The poison has been stolen?
It's this morning's paper that Soseki-san gave us. Are you saying you didn't know?
As embarrassing as that is for the head of the laboratory, I didn't. I've not heard any such thing. Where on earth could the reporter have gleaned this information?
Come to think of it, there was no article mentioning this story in our paper this morning, was there?
It's a highly toxic poison we've been working on in the strictest confidence. I put Ray in charge of the project.
No! Go back! We don't want this! Ray! She was managing it.
If what's written here is true, it means that she tried to hide the theft from me. And moreover, the details were leaked somehow.
I don't believe it.
We need to read this article very carefully.
The article about the poison has been entered in the court record.
I imagine we can examine that separately now.
Let's triple check, make sure there's nothing bad on anything left on here. It's not like we can open it or anything. Okay.
Ooh.
Exclusive. Deadly poison stolen from Yume Medical Research Laboratory. Following a lecture at Yume by Soseki Natsume on 11th August, it's come to light that a very disturbing incident took place. A deadly poison being secretly developed in the university's forensic science laboratory was stolen. Deadly in tiny quantities. Even the smallest amount entering the body, either via the mouth or via a wound from a poison-laced blade, would prove fatal in minutes. Current methods cannot detect the newly developed chemical. The university would have to be consulted. Onset of symptoms occurs in minutes, starting with impaired breathing and ending with acute contraction of the pupils prior to death. Aha! Such symptoms would be suggestive of this toxin. It's apparently an entirely new synthesis of alkaloids and rumored to have been commissioned by the military.
By the military?
By the military? You don't say. Alright, now we've got a little more evidence. Doesn't help us that much, but we've got more evidence.
I think it helps.
And under people. Just got...
We got the Sosek.
God, that art. Okay. We have evidenced.
We did it.
Yes, I'll do it straight away. We did it already.
All right.
Would she have pulled it if she thought there was poison on it?
Probably. I mean, what's worse, poison or hemorrhage?
I mean, yes. Clearly,
Okay.
yes. We're not pulling that one. We're not pulling on that one. We're not doing it.
I don't think we're fighting the motive allegations.
And I don't think we can do anything with that one. Present here? The poison article?
I think so. I mean, there's kind of a 2 degrees of separation thing going on here, where the autopsy report mentions the contracted pupils, but the newspaper connects that to poison, which I think is important. Because that provides the reason it happened. And the reason is poison, and poison is scary.
Okay, let's try it. Let's just try it.
Okie dokie.
Ah!
Objection!
Objection.
Good sign.
No, there is one possibility. One very
Yeah.
good reason why the defendant might have decided to withdraw the knife from the victim's wound. I'm sorry, you were talking. Go ahead.
I was just making a dumb joke about it actually being like half of a reason.
Half a reason.
Don't worry about it too much. What?
The Yoko not only has a poor grasp of the law, but is also a poor loser.
You shut up.
What possibility do you think you've identified?
It's here, in this newspaper article. An article about a deadly poison having been stolen from a laboratory at the Imperial Yume unit.
Objection!
The victim perished from a stab wound. Poison has no relevance to the case.
But
Prosecutor Ouchie, you will let the defense speak.
What? A newspaper article? The court cannot rely on the kind of hearsay those wretched publications carry.
Counsel for the defense. I am going to need some tangible basis for your claim.
I got you. I got you.
You will indicate the court precisely what part of the newspaper article mentioned affirms your assertion.
Your Excellency?
Yes, of course. Thank you. Ray would never have done something to further endanger Miss Brett's life without just cause. The reason why the defendant pulled the knife from the victim's body is explained in the article where it says, let's check the court record.
Those correspond to the pages we were reading.
Examine, examine. Probably.
Well, it's the contraction, yeah? That's the connecting factor.
Yeah. I guess we'll use this one. According to the article, the development of the poison was requested by the military. That's not important.
Yes. Troubling revelation indeed.
Oh, it's very worrying.
And yet, even more worrying, is how this yokel is trying to manipulate the court with nothing more than rumors.
Oh.
Oh.
What?
But I feel sure Ray had a good reason for her actions. And I feel sure the explanation is somewhere in this newspaper article. I was thinking it might be the second one too.
Oh man, I feel dumb.
He wants us to read the article again. Yes.
I don't want to read the article again.
It's this one. The article reveals the following property about the poison in question. When the toxin enters the body on a knife laced with the poison, it's rapidly absorbed and causes death in minutes.
Oh, it's the knife part they cared about.
That's what I was thinking too, but I wasn't sure if it was that or the pupils. It could have been either one.
And anyway, are you suggesting?
I am suggesting if the knife used to attack Miss Brett was laced with this very poison, it would explain why the defendant, Mimbami-san, would have withdrawn the blade as soon as possible. Yes, the truth is, it was an attempt to stop the poison from entering the victim's body.
What?
This is complete and utter nonsense!
Yeah, but we got music, so you're wrong. Not at all. The defendant withdrew the knife blade from the victim's body, not to accelerate the woman's demise, but to save her life, and the prosecution cannot deny the possibility.
You've not read the post-mortem report. The cause of death was hemorrhage. The word poison appears nowhere in the document.
Well, that's... It already says it's not detectable. That's because by acting quickly to remove the blade, the defendant prevented the poison from taking a hold...
Oh, please, this is clearly desperation. The weasel's last breaking of wind. Poison had nothing whatsoever to do with this case, and I believe the defense is well aware. We have no proof that the information in this wretched newspaper article is all reliable anyway.
In that situation, what the student should have done is wait for medical assistance to arrive. But instead, you claim she suspected poisoning and took the potentially lethal decision to remove the blade. She must have had a strong reason for her suspicions then, or the argument makes no sense.
Exactly. Well put, Inspector. On what grounds did she do it, Yoko?
Why did Ray suspect the stolen poison was involved? If you want grounds, I'll give you grounds.
What?
You can't possibly.
Can and will.
From your expression, Counsel, it would appear those are not empty words. Naturally, as you stand in this courtroom as a lawyer, you must be aware that words alone, empty or not, are of no value in our modern justice system. A court demands evidence.
Evidence!
Evidence.
Yes, Your Excellency. I'm well aware of that. I've seen it many times, from my place at his side in the Old Bailey.
In that case, Counsel, you will present the proof to the court now. What evidence demonstrates a clear link between this case and the poison in the newspaper article?
The actual newspaper article?
Well, no, I think we have to. I think this is the part where we backtrack it and connect it to the autopsy.
Okay, let's try it.
Now that I understand how the game wants us to go, I can be like, okay, fine, I'll do it. I'm still grumpy about being wrong, by the way.
Examine.
Take that!
Take that. Okay. I would ask the court to refer to the notes section of the post-mortem report, which reads, extreme meiosis, pupil constriction, was observed in the victim.
Ah,
Clearly being a yokel with no knowledge of forensic science, I have no idea. So please, do tell me.
a little sass on that.
Yeah. Presumably, the fact that this condition of the victim was noted in the post-mortem report means that it's an unusual symptom of death.
Well,
Under normal circumstances, the pupils dilate when someone dies. If there was extreme constriction instead, that's most certainly unusual, yeah.
what are you doing, you yokel detective?
In the newspaper article, there's the following information about the stolen poison. Onset of symptoms occurs in minutes, ending with acute contraction of the pupils prior to death.
What?
If the defendant, upon seeing the victim stabbed in the back, happened to notice that the pupils of Miss Brett's eyes had constricted severely.
Yes, and as a medical research assistant, she would have suspected poison immediately, without doubt.
Prosecutor Ouchie, I think you'll agree, this is very compelling evidence.
You
You?
yokel student, yokel professor!
I believe the defense has expertly demonstrated a credible reason for the defendant's actions.
No.
Eugene Mikotoba. Yes, Your Excellency. I believe you are best placed here to confirm or deny the veracity of the defense counsel's argument. You will tell the court the truth about the details reported in the newspaper, please. It pains me to have to admit it, but I'm afraid I don't know. You don't know. The toxin was kept under lock and key in my laboratory, certain. But I was unaware of any theft. Do you mean to tell the court that the reports of this theft are unfounded? No, Your Excellency. Without returning to the laboratory to investigate myself, I couldn't say.
Oh, recess!
Listen to that bumbling academic. Unaware of the theft of secret state research from his own workplace until he reads of it in the newspaper.
I take full responsibility for the incompetence of my supervision.
Father?
A pitiful situation for a university professor. You should have more control over your students, rather than allowing them to off on killing sprees.
That's totally unfounded. Oh?
Here comes that violent pride again.
Oh no. None of this is Professor Mikotoba's fault! It's all my fault! Ray!
Membami-san, you stand accused here. Outbursts like this will not be tolerated.
Yeah, sit down. But it was me. I was the one who noticed that the poison we were developing had been stolen that day.
What?
So you knew? I'd been placed in charge of overseeing the project. It was the day that the professor and Soseki-san were interviewed together for the newspaper. That's when I noticed that some of the poison was missing. Just a tiny amount it was.
Why didn't you let me know immediately?
I was scared. The whole project was supposed to be confidential, but some of the toxin had somehow been taken. So, I decided I'd try to get it back before anyone else found out. Because I had a very good idea who the thief was. The thief? You don't mean? Yes, of course. It was that dainty English woman.
Miss Giselle Brett?
That's what I thought. That's what I thought! That's why I decided to join the little group of people going to the seaside. Inside the beach hut, I confronted Miss Brett. But she just sat on a stool at the back of the hut, smiling sweetly at me as if she knew she was untouchable.
Wait, so was this a suicide?
That's what I'm kind of thinking. I know it was you who stole the poison. Well now, whatever do you mean? And then she suddenly got to her feet before falling to her knees in front of me and then collapsing on the floor. Uh-oh. 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 It could be any number of things at this point, couldn't it? But it's ugly. It's just ugly. That's when I saw the knife in her back. He's just sweating over here on the side. Just sweating.
He does not want to be here.
He does not. Hosanaga's looking
He wants to go.
too. He wants to go?
Looks like he wants to go sell a book.
Yeah, he wants to go write some more book. I couldn't understand what had just happened. And then, a moment later, I was seized with fear. The pupils of her eyes they'd shrunk to tiny pinpoints.
I don't believe it.
Believe it?
In other words, you realize that the victim was suffering the effects of the stolen poison.
My mind started racing. I hadn't seen anything past Miss Brett's lips whilst I'd been with her, which left only one possible way for the poison to have entered her body. On the blade of the knife in her back.
And that train of thought was what spurred you to withdraw the blade.
Yes, if the amount that had entered her bloodstream was small enough, she might still have a chance. That's what I hoped. Really, I'm so sorry for staying silent all this time. Welp.
Your attempt to hide the truth of what happened is not something that can be overlooked.
She wasn't trying to hide the truth, she just wasn't on the stand.
However, I have duly noted the courage with which you've confessed in the end.
Thank you, Your Excellency. It's barely perceptible, but I do think the balance has shifted a little here in this courtroom now.
Objection!
No.
Your Excellency, do not be deceived. The victim just collapsed before your eyes, you say? Well, Membami-san, if that is the case, perhaps you could explain how Miss Brett came to be stabbed.
Well,
You have no answer because the simple truth is that you stabbed the victim motivated by revenge.
Objection!
but you have no conclusive evidence to prove that assertion, do you? Do you?
Oh, I have evidence, and it's very much conclusive.
What's the prosecution counsel up to? It was brief, but he hesitated for a moment there. I'm almost sure of it.
You will produce the aforementioned evidence at once, Prosecutor Ouchie.
Perhaps some praise is due, young yokel student.
What?
I had imagined there would be no need for me to submit this evidence.
Oh, please.
But you've brought this on yourself.
Are you kidding me? What the? I guess this is still me. Okay.
I think so.
Could a more damning shot exist? The cruelty in the air on that beach is almost palpable.
This evidence, more than any other, reveals the true extent of the accused's murderous nature. For it shows the precise moment that Membami-san plunged a dagger into the victim's back.
No! That's not true! No! I don't believe it. Yep. Another She didn't do it. Order.
Order!
Ordar.
That's
That's the other judge I know.
Counsel for the defense. Was it you who was responsible for that shrill scream that just pierced my courtroom?
No, wasn't me.
Uh-oh.
Perhaps it's one great.
These yokels are slow of mind and slow to mature.
I'll show you who's slow to mature. Oh my god.
Careful now. This author is starting to show her face here. It is often said that a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Is it?
And here we have ample proof. The court will accept this extremely cogent photographic print as evidence. Cogent?
I
Cogent?
think it's cogent.
I'm looking it up. Yeah, cogent. I'm safe.
I can't believe he's had a photograph like that up his sleeve the entire time. It's such a stark image. I'm genuinely lost for words. Who's taking pictures out there? And wait a minute. I don't understand. How did you... I mean, who took that photograph? Ray.
Objection!
Don't objection. I object to you existing.
That's of no importance here. Stop trying to divert attention.
I think it's fake. It's fake. It's fake. Oh.
Objection!
We object. That's an absurd thing to say. It's crucially important. Whoever took this photographic print was a witness to Miss Brett's death. The court must be allowed to hear this person's testimony.
Ah!
God, you sucker.
I will uphold the defense's demand.
Yeah.
The prosecution will reveal the identity of the person responsible for taking this photograph at once.
At once, buddy. He said at once, not after some ellipses.
Well, I'm afraid I can't do that.
Because it's doctored. Oh my god, ye old Photoshop. Ye old Photoshop. Pardon?
You see, this print arrived at the Imperial Police Bureau headquarters by express post yesterday.
I don't believe you.
But there was nothing to indicate the sender's name or address. The provenance of the print is unknown.
They literally don't know. Goodness.
Are we to understand then, Council, that in full knowledge of the fact that this photograph has the murkiest of origins, you nevertheless believe it fit for submission as evidence in the Supreme Court? I don't think she's dead.
When you first produced that print before, I noticed that you hesitated for a brief moment.
Aha.
Because you knew that it wasn't completely reliable evidence, didn't you?
Silence, you yokel student and blabbering professor. What matters is the blatant truth that the print so eloquently expresses.
But the defendant has already admitted to pulling the blade from the wound. Clearly, this isn't the moment that the knife was plunged into the victim's back, but...
The moment it was withdrawn. Don't waste this court's time with your ramblings.
Indeed. Without knowledge of who produced this print, we have no means of verifying the claim. And the scene it captures is without doubt the most compelling evidence presented to the court.
I'm about to examine this picture and prove them wrong real quick.
If the defense is unable to shed any further light on the matter, I believe the conclusion is clear.
Is it? Oh no.
Desato, this is the time for you to fight.
Record! See, there's already blood. So it's been there for a minute. Come on.
We can see her eyes! She's maskless! She's not obstructed by hat!
I can't see
She has
her
eyes under
They're
there.
Closed.
I mean, we know that they're, like, pupil contracted. Still, I'm just surprised there's, like, a face.
I think this was taken by the person that stabbed her. It looks like it's through the... See, I don't know if you noticed this before, guys, but at the back here, I think I mentioned it, there's a gap. There's a gap.
If what you've established so far is true, then there can be no doubt. This photograph shows the moment This photograph shows the moment that Ray withdrew the blade from the victim.
Yes, we just need to prove that somehow.
You'll have plenty of time to rue your defeat on the slow train back to the provinces. And to rue the day you came up against Takatsuchi Ouchi in a court of law.
If I can't determine who took this photograph, then the trial is going to come to an end. There must be a clue somewhere. There must be some way of working out who took it. This man talks too much. Exactly, Zen. You're so right.
Well, counsel.
I am morally opposed to
I mean,
him.
I'm okay
Talk
with
a
it, because
lot.
his voice is fun to do.
Uh-huh. Your Excellency. The burning question is who took that photograph. And the truth is, I have an answer. It's the person who stabbed her. I know who it is. Oh!
Slap.
Is it good? This isn't about whether I can or can't come up with the answer now. Okay. I simply have to. The identity of the person who took this dramatic photographic print is, I assure you, something the defense can and will reveal.
What? No, you can't possibly.
Can and I will.
What? As you so boldly claim that you can, please, do enlighten us.
Unfortunately, I'm unable to present a name.
How utterly underwhelming. Did you really believe you could...
However, I am able to present evidence. The defense has a piece of evidence that reveals important details about the photographer's identity.
What?
Very well then, counsel. Present your proof to the court. Which piece of evidence do you claim reveals something about the identity of the mystery photographer?
I want to say it's this. It's the thing that puts these two together. Which is the fact that there are the bamboo here being pulled open.
Kind of an angle to the outside, it feels like, from here, though.
Maybe, but I still think... See, it's like... From where
Yeah, but like, for the
see it.
angle of the photographer, we're seeing Giselle from her face side, because we can see her eyes, which means it would be from the
It's from the back.
stage left, from the stage left wall.
But she's at an angle here.
Yeah, but the hole you've been referring to is in the back middle,
That's where she got
which means
stabbed.
that. Yeah, but that can't be the hole that this photograph was taken from, because we can see her eyes here.
Do you think the pen? It's got to be something about... What is it? What is it? It's... This proves that she's pulling it out, but... The identity? Oh no. This is taken by the police. Oh, there is a crack in the corner. Hold on. This picture too! Look! Look! Look!
I'm looking.
Do you see the crack in the corner? So, it should be this. This is the piece of evidence. That starts in 5 minutes.
Take that!
Take that.
I gotta take that. What is that? The newspaper again? Raucous English returnees tell all.
It's not the headline that's relevant here, Your Excellency. It's the photograph.
Ooh.
If you look at it closely, you'll notice that there are some white lines on the right-hand side.
Ah, yes indeed. They had already caught my eye, as it happens.
What's of it? A shadow of some kind, presumably. From the branches of a tree or the like.
There are no trees growing inside my laboratory at the university, I can assure you.
Now, if you look closely at this photograph... Thank you for the stretch. I'm shrimping really bad.
Good gracious!
Good gracious indeed. The same cracks. Yes, exactly the same pattern of lines is present on this photograph too.
Objection!
Don't objection. You suck.
Oh, that tells us nothing.
Tells me something. Tells me it's the same camera, bitch.
Yes, it's a shadow of some kind, definitely. From the branches of a tree.
There wouldn't be any trees growing inside a hut at the beach, Council.
Ugh. What's quite remarkable about it is that the two patterns are absolutely identical.
Yep.
How could such an extraordinary similarity have transpired?
Same camera. Same camera. The curious matching pattern that appears on both photographic prints is a result of a camera defect. Yep. Obviously, it must be due to a problem with the camera used to take the photographs.
With the photographic device?
Called a camera, Alchie.
It's the mage here. I give him some slack.
No.
Yes. We can confidently say that the camera's lens must be scratched. And that the scratched lens causes unwanted lines to appear on every print taken with the device.
In short, the two photographs under consideration here were taken with the same camera.
But there must be hundreds of such camera devices here in the capital. It would be utterly impossible to identify the owner of this particular one.
Objection!
Objection, yeah, they were in the newspaper. I think you're forgetting, Prosecutor Ouchie, that one of the photographs featured in a newspaper article.
A newspaper?
That's right. The author of that article is the mystery witness to this crime.
What? Wow!
Oh?
Many memo!
I'm sorry, what? Oh no. There it goes.
I see why you are called a raucous English returnee.
What are you yelling about? You've already testified!
It's Many Memo! I tell you, Many Memo! Mo!
Soseki-san, what was that? Did you say many memo?
Ever since I returned to Japan, a reporter from the Shoyu News has been hounding me, following my every move. A reporter by the name of Right and Many Memo.
I hate that.
Yes, hounding me from dawn till dusk.
Write-in many memo. I fucking hate this.
Of the Shoyu News.
Of the Shoyu News. I hate this, actually. I object. I object. Ah, now that he mentions it.
He secretly sliced snapshots, scribbled stories, and scupper my privacy.
Could that same reporter be...
A camera to the left of him, a notebook to the right.
Oh my god.
There I am, stuck in the middle with Right and Many Memo.
I hate that. I hate that. I got that reference and I hate it.
So you're saying that this picture was taken by...
By Many Memo! Oh, yes! My lord, your excellency, Esquire!
Esquire. Ad break.
Esquire,
Oh, no.
we did it, we got here. Officer.
I will
Okay,
save.
we're in an ad now.
We're in an ad. I'm gonna save. Do I save a separate? I'll save a separate game slot. It's fine.
Yeah, see? Oh, okay, they are shared. Never mind. Oops. I was
Oh,
wrong.
Are they?
No, I'm just an incorrect individual.
No, No, the top one is the autosave, so in that
is.
regard, it's. But yeah, it's okay. Oh. Add. I need to go to bed. Ads.
You need to go to add bed.
I do. I need to quit coughing, is what I really need. But
Ooh, forum shopping is the colloquial term for the practice of litigants taking actions to have their legal case heard in the court they believe is most likely to provide a favorable judgment. Some jurisdictions have, for example, become known as plaintiff-friendly, and thus have attracted plaintiffs to file new cases there, even if there is little or no connection between the legal issues and the jurisdiction. So that's an example of the kind of stuff the Erie Doctrine is trying to curtail. You are forgaved.
I keep coughing. I keep forgetting that I've muted the stream, but not Discord. So you're hearing me cough, and the stream is not. Oops.
Wait, why can't they hear me?
Eh? Who can't hear you?
Oh, the people? You muted stuff.
Oh, I muted my mic.
Oh.
But only in OBS.
Oh,
so
I don't
when
have
I
that problem.
cough, you can hear me.
Gotcha.
Because I just haven't made a new button yet. Yeah, I just haven't made a new button. So you get to hear me cough. The people do not.
My mute is unified, and that's because I do my audio processing in OBS so that when the audio leaves OBS, it goes to Discord from OBS. So if I mute in OBS, I mute in Discord and everywhere else. It also means that, aside from codec problems, I should sound the same whether or not I'm streaming or in a Discord call, or any other situation I might be in. It's very convenient, except for the fact that in order to speak to anyone ever, I have to have OBS open at all times. That's the catch.
I guess that's not like the worst ever.
I like it. It's a good system for me.
Yeah.
I think we're back.
We are back. We just got back. Okay. Lucid officer. Let's go.
Find this newspaper reporter at once and bring him to my courtroom.
Bring him to my courtroom.
We will adjourn for a short recess in the meantime.
Oh, yes, Your Excellency. It's a recess. Wow, we got back from the ad and we're gonna have a recess. Kill me.
You say, Your Excellency. And one more thing.
And one more thing,
I want this knife, the murder weapon, examined for traces of poison. You will solicit the assistance of the Imperial University's medical department for this task. Understood.
Well, just being added to the court record.
Merry memo!
Wow. Okay. To be continued! We made it!
We win.
We do win. We did it. Save your current progress. Yes. Save it right here. Here we go. Save complete. Back. It's gonna try to start up again. Type.
We did it.
We did it. Options. Back to title. Don't save, we just saved. Yeah, we did it!
We did it.
Woo!
Victory.
Completed to be continued. We did it.
Yeah. We're back! We did it. We're playing Ace Attorney again.
We are Ace Attorney again. We will Ace Attorney for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
If my cough has subsided a little bit by tomorrow, guys, I will have a stream tomorrow. Let me look at something. Yep. If not, I will just stream on Friday, but hopefully I will be feeling better and not coughing quite as hard. The last couple of streams have been kind of rough with the coughing, so. But okay. But we are back. We are back in court. Court is in session. It's good. It's good. We're doing it. And with that, anything you got exciting going on tomorrow, Exception? Are you streaming tomorrow?
I don't know. I've been negotiating my schedule out just sort of to get a bearing as I ramp things up again. I'm sort of just done I'm doing a test series of Creeper World X until I finish the campaign, at which point I'll start doing the regular plans and things. But right now, I can't say what days I'll stream, but I can say what time. Look forward to me at 10 a.m. Pacific, noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Mountain Time on Int TV for whatever the heck I may be doing. I'm sorry I cannot provide a definitive day, but that is the definitive time.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right. Well, that's all from us then, guys. If you have anything exciting to tell us that we can talk about next stream during the ad breaks.
Yeah, just bring us like random
Bring up
topics and
yeah.
I'll go investigate them.
Bring us some topics. Otherwise, that's all I got, man. That's all I got. All right, well, I'm gonna go cough my lungs out. No, I'm not. I'm gonna go take my cough medicine and go to sleep like a responsible adult, because it is 10:15 and that is past my bedtime. So, thank you for being here with me, Exception. I have missed hanging out. Appreciate you. Yeah. Friendship.
Yay.
All right. And everybody try to stay warm out there. It's about to like get cold in lots of places again. So everybody stay warm, okay?
Is it?
It is here. It's gonna be like 20 degrees on Monday. So it's on like 20 degrees. Cannot be defeated. Actually, we might get snow, which is exciting because we don't get much snow except when it's the apocalypse. So that's kind of exciting, I guess, in its own way. All right, but yes, everybody stay good, stay warm. Monday is Monday. I wanted to say, sorry, hold on. I should be back Monday unless like we lose power or something. So at the very latest, but we'll keep an eye on the next couple of days. I'm trying to stream. I got a stream key for a game I was really excited about. I'm super excited, but I want to play it between now and the end of next week, at least to play some of it, because the full version of the game releases to the general public on the 25th, and I have like a pre-release key. So yeah, just get ready for that. I'm hoping I can stream it tomorrow, but we'll see how I feel. All right, that's all from us. We are out of here. We are gonna see you guys next time, and until then, bye bye.
Farewell.